Hey everybody, it's Janae, one half of the Glitter Family Moms, and I'm back with another video. I'm riding solo today. I just wanted to pop in and show you guys what I got in my Walmart haul to add to our craft box for the girls this summer. School is officially out, so I know they're going to be looking for fun things to do in their spare time, so I'll get right into it. The first thing that I got was a tub, well actually 2 tubs, one for each of them. They're 5 pounds of air dry clay. So these don't require any oven or cook time. They just mold it into whatever they want to make. They add some water if they need to make it more pliable, and then let it dry. The container says to let it dry for approximately 2 to 3 days, but it is depending on the size and the thickness of the sculpture. Most of the sculptures that they made last year usually dried the same day or within 24 hours. And then they were able to apply paint. So we got 2 of them, one for each of the girls. And then the next thing that I got was, it's called a Ultimate Fuzzy Kit, but it has pipe cleaners, fuzzy balls, and little googly eyes in it. And then I got another set of googly eyes that just have some different colors in them. The ones that come in the fuzzy kit are all black. These have red, green, yellow, pink, blue, and then just a few black ones sprinkled in. So just to kind of add some variety to some googly eyes for them if they're going to make something that requires those. Next thing that I got was some paint palettes, of course, so they can mix their paints in it. I did get some more paint that I'll show you here in just a moment. I'm probably going to go back and get another one of those palette trays just because there's only 3 in there, and if they have guests over, that way everybody can have their own palette. Got a hole punch because we needed one. One of the really cute ideas in their board book that I made for them has a origami bookmark, so like just those little corner sheet bookmarks, and one of the designs was for a unicorn. So you make the origami and then you punch holes down the side, put some colorful string in the holes that you punch, and then put an eyeball on it and you've got a unicorn. So they're definitely going to need that. Next thing I got was some paint brushes, of course. This is a little 25 set, some assorted brushes, different sizes, shapes. There's even some sponge brushes in there. So this will be great to go with their palettes that they've got. They had paint brushes last year, but I don't know what they've done with all of them, so we just had to get new ones. And of course it wouldn't be the glitter house without some glitter in the craft box. I love this set. I've never seen anyone like this with these types of colors. It got some really bright colors in there, and it has some different sizes of glitter. So this one has some chunkier pieces, or chunkier glitters, and some of its shakers. But my favorite part is actually the top. It has like the salt shaker top, so you can, or whoever's using it can control how much glitter they're using and not go overboard. And they're reusable, so if you end up emptying them all out and then buy some more glitter that maybe doesn't come in such a handy container, then you can just reuse them. I still have some from the last set of glitter that I got. And so the next thing that I got was these block letters or wooden letters for the girls. They love to go to Justice, but every time we go they don't ever have anything with their initials on it. I don't know what it is about ends. I don't know if it's end names are a really popular name for girls that age, but we can never find any for them. So I went ahead and got these wooden blocks, and they can paint them, decorate them, whatever, and then put them on their bookcases in their rooms. And then the next thing that I got was some canvases or canvas panels. They're just like, they have the canvas to them, the canvas feel to them, but they're just really thin boards. So there's actually 3 to a pack, so they each will get 6. So I've got the 4 packs here, and that's what they'll start off the summer with. They made some really beautiful pictures for us last year, so I'm excited to see, with all the artistic development they've both made this year, what they'll do. The next thing that I got was some tissue paper so that they could make some tissue paper flowers. Another one of the craft ideas in the board book that I created for them. And so it just calls for tissue paper. You cut it up and then wrap a pipe cleaner around it as the stem, and then you've got a tissue paper flowers. So, you know, if they want to play wedding or just make a bouquet to keep and decorate their room with, that'll be great for that. The next thing that I got was some face paint. Naira loves painting the little ones' faces when they come over to our house. We are actually having a barbecue with our friends this weekend for Memorial Day, so we'll have a lot of company, a couple little people here with us, so I know that they'll enjoy that, and she loves doing it, so I'm sure she'll make some cute creatures with that. And then I just got some regular washable paint so that they can use it for their canvases, or if they're just making any kind of crafts, they can paint their clay models with it. It's got the primary and secondary color, so even though it's only 10 shades, you can pretty much make it into whatever. That's what they got their palettes for. I do need to go back and get them some smocks though. Walmart, I didn't see any smocks there, and I circled all of the places that art stuff would be and didn't see anything. So probably have to go to Michael's. I know they'll always have it. And so the next thing that I got was just some construction paper. This is like 264 pages, and you know, nothing extraordinary about construction paper. We do have like this picture in here. It's a picture, looks like it's they just wrapped some paper around and made a bird, but we do keep our old paper towel rolls and toilet paper rolls and put them in the craft box too, so they could definitely use that to make some things. And then it's got the googly eyes on it, so they are all set on that. And then coming up on the end, one of the last things that I got was some duct tape. This duct tape has the like mermaid scales on it. I know everybody is into mermaids and unicorns now, so I thought that would be really cool. We are also going to be having an all-girls slumber party with some of our girlfriends, and we'll let the girls invite some of their girlfriends. And so I'm going to make a picture frame, one of those big poster board picture frames for us to take pictures with, and I'm going to wrap some of this around there. I think that'll be really cute. And then the last thing that I got was some yarn. I love yarn, and they seem to love it too because they tie it on everything. And so I just got them some pretty assorted colors. These are all like rainbowed out. I know they're going to look great with if anybody does the unicorn origami bookmarks for their books. So I can't wait to see what they do with those. I know we're going to break this out for the slumber party and probably make some friendship bracelets. Debating on if I want to get some beads or not. I don't have beads in the house because they end up everywhere but on a bracelet. So we might get just a small pack to see how that goes this year. So that is it for what I got to add to our craft box. Our craft box is already huge. It's like 2.5 feet tall. It's 4 drawers. It has so much stuff in it already. There's paint. There's leftover paint. We've got all sorts of colored pencils, crayons, markers, Sharpies, scented markers, scissors, hot glue guns. We got a wood burner in there to like carve into wood. And we already have tissue paper. Most of the stuff we already have. We just needed to restock it for the summer. So I was mentioning our board book, and what that is a book that I created. It's really just a Word document that I created on Google Drive, and it's just a few pages that I put together that give the kids ideas for things to do when they feel like they have nothing else to do. I love it. They love it. They were so excited when I showed it to them. So it's just pages filled with craft ideas, imagination ideas. It's got some communication skills ideas in there, just how to build their communication amongst each other. Since they are sisters, you know how that gets as they get older. And there's also some challenges in there for them. So we actually monitor screen time. We don't just let them have free access to our computer or to the TV. We only have one computer and one TV in the house. I don't believe in having TVs in the bedroom. And our computer is in our office. That's our workspace, just to keep that energy out of the bedroom. That's supposed to be a place of peace, a place of rest. So I like to keep as few electronics in those spaces as possible. We already have our fans, you know, Quee and I have our cell phones in there. I charge my laptop in there. But for the most part, we don't keep electronics in there. We don't even have a TV in our room. So when we watch TV, we usually watch TV as a family. It's in the family room. That's just so that we don't lose touch with each other and can stay close with each other. So again, they don't have free access to screen time. They have to actually earn it. So instead of money allowance, we give them screen time allowance. So how that works, they can earn up to 6 hours of screen time a week. They're only allowed to use their screen time on the weekends during the school year, but when school lets out, we will give them the opportunity to earn 2 sets of 6 hours of screen time. So as long as they've done their chores and they've followed all the house rules, they haven't broken any house rules, then they will earn their full 6 hours of screen time. And how we divvy it up with the summer, we'll give them their first set of 6 that they've earned, or whatever they've earned out of that 6, Friday through Sunday, and then on Monday they'll get a new set Monday through Thursday. And I actually have a tracker that Queen and I use to help, so we're not yelling, we're not arguing with them. They know the house rules, they're posted on the refrigerator, they know their chore schedule is posted on the refrigerator. So if they break any house rules or don't do a chore, then they know they lost that time. So we're not yelling, we're not getting upset that they didn't do something that we asked them to do. We just let them know that's going to cost you X amount of minutes for your screen time. And then at the end of the week, or at the end of that period, it's like getting a paycheck. They get whatever they earned for that time period. So that's our way of just not yelling at them. They're really sensitive. They don't like being in trouble. And it just minimizes that confrontation, that friction. Because we've learned that it doesn't matter who says it, whether it's me saying it in a stern voice or it's Quee saying it in a nice, caring, gentle voice. Kids just don't like getting in trouble. So that alleviates that whole tension between us. And, you know, when they get their screen time, 9 times out of 10, they already know what they lost time for. So there's no fuss with that. And then we use the screen time in tokens. So we have tokens that we've actually cut out for 20-minute increments for them, and they basically turn them into us. We set the timer goes off when their time is up, and it's just like using an arcade game. You know, you put in your tokens and you get X amount of minutes. That's pretty much how we run that for them. And then once their time is up, their time is up. And what I love about the screen tokens for us is it's not just minimizing screen time, which is not our goal. We're not trying to be sticklers and just not let our kids have fun and not let them have the exposure. We just would like them to be free thinkers and create their own creative mind and keep them in a place of imagination without it being stimulated by all the things that you see online. They still get their screen time, so they get some access to it, but we really want them to know how to engage and interact with people in real time. We want them to get outside and play, use their creativity and make things, read their books, work on their studies, and not spend so much time on the internet or watching TV, because we all know, we've heard the studies, we've heard the results. So we don't want them to have a bunch of vision problems. We don't want them to start having to deal with child obesity or any of those things. You know, we see those images online, and a lot of times it can cause us to feel negatively about ourselves because we see somebody with something that we don't have. And you know, that causes envy, and we don't want that for them. So they still get their screen time, they just don't get it in excess or just, you know, in abundance. They still have a bedtime during the summer. It's just their weekend bedtime schedule like it would be during the school year. And the screen time, it just works. It works for us. I know Naira is not so happy about it. She's almost 11, and it'll be negotiated, but she also has to learn to be gracious and understand that nothing in this house is owed to you. That's the biggest thing. So teaching gratitude to our kids, we award them things so that they understand that you have to work for the things that you want. We're raising black women. We are black women. We know that we are a lot of times put on the bottom of the totem pole. We are never treated fairly. We're always given the short end of the stick, and nobody's going to give us anything. And when we act like somebody owes us something, that's the minute that somebody tries to take that and turn that against us. So we always want them to be free thinkers, think for themselves, become their own bosses. And so that's why we try to give them other avenues to express themselves and get some sort of stimulation. So we're going to be adding some more to the craft box on top of what I got today. We're going to be going to the library to get them signed up for the reading program. If you're in the Indianapolis area or just have a library in your area, I'm sure you do, go and check with them and see what kind of reading program they have for the kids over the summer. Our reading program in our public libraries this year is the bomb. The prizes that they have for the kids after hitting certain reading goals, I want in on that, definitely. So we're setting them up for their online or for their reading program. Nair is actually going to be starting with Center of Leadership and Development in late June, early July. And she just got a lot going on academically. She's going to be in honors this year. She wants to learn how to play the violin, so that'll be a new instrument for her this school year. And Nyleanne, we're just focusing on her reading and comprehension some more to get her ready for second grade. So I'm so excited for that. We also have them do studies on Black activists and figures in African American history, and we have had them do research on Egyptian history during the summer to go with their summer studies. So even though they're not in summer school and they are on summer break, we still try to make sure that they don't get that summer brain. So we do require them to have a certain amount of summer studies every day that includes reading, writing, and typing. And so that's just to keep the learning mind always going, and they still have plenty of time in their day. That time that's required for summer studies is usually less than 2 hours, and they have the rest of the day to do whatever they so choose with it. They can go outside, do crafts, use their screen time, whatever the case may be. But as you can imagine, if they're only getting 6 hours, and that's if they've earned the full 6 hours, 6 hours spread over 4 days or 3 days even, that's 2 hours or less than 2 hours a day, which leaves a lot of the day with nothing to do. So that's why we created the board book. Definitely send me an email if you have questions about it or want to see it. I'll definitely feature it in a video once I get a hard copy of it printed. You can always send us an email at glitterfamily925@gmail.com. We are also on Instagram, The Glitter Family. And, definitely reach out to us if you have any questions, have any other suggestions for summer. Let us know what you guys are doing with your kids for this summer. And definitely reach out if you have questions or want suggestions on things that you could possibly implement with your kids. I know our kids are still kind of young, so if you have some, teenagers, 13 and up, that may be a little bit more tricky, but always understand that you are the parent and take control of that. Don't ever feel like you're battling with your kids, because at the end of the day, you take care of them. And so it has to be a mutual relationship, and that's what we explain to our girls. It's not going to be lopsided where we just give and give. You are going to have to give back to this relationship and accommodate some of the things that we are asking for. Otherwise, we can just have a basic relationship where we just provide you with the bare minimum, and that's food, shelter, clothing, and sending you to school. It's completely up to you. So, that's how we keep an understanding in our household. We have regular family meetings so that everybody has the opportunity to express themselves. Nair was explaining earlier that she felt like a lot of things changed when I came into the picture, and they did change. They changed because there was finally some support in what their mom actually wanted for them. And so because I am an enforcer, I am pragmatic, I am an ISTJ type personality, I'm very by the book, I'm very stern when it comes to, if we put something in place, I expect you to adhere to it. So, but we do try to keep an open form of communication with them. It's kind of like running a little business. You have your regular surveys, employee satisfaction surveys. So that's really what our family meetings allow us to do, is to talk with each other. Everybody get their feelings out. The kids understand that we're not just robots, we're not just ATMs, and that we also have feelings and things that we want out of the relationship, and that it has to be mutual in order for everybody to get what they want. So that's how we teach them gratitude and teach them work ethic. And so that's how we pretty much do things here. But I've been rambling. I hope you guys have an awesome Memorial Day, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye.